Welcome to VISHNU AES. Today I am going to discuss about revision of minimum support price for minor forest produce. For tribals, there is a concept called as minor forest produce. The goods which are available in the forest like honey, resins, lac, tendu leaves, which are the byproducts of the forest. On those byproducts of the forest, the tribal people will be depending on that by selling those byproducts. So under Forest Rights Act 2006, this minor forest produce, the major forest produce are timber. Minor forest produce are this, which will be helping the tribal people for maintaining their livelihood as their economic subsistence. So for that minor forest produce, government of India is giving minimum support price. How we are giving minimum support price? For food grains, statutory price for sugar cane, how we will be giving minimum guarantee price from the government. Similarly, we are also providing minimum guarantee price for tribes for their minor forest produce. That concept I am going to discuss now. Minimum support price got revised now. The minimum support price which has been given by that Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of India, for every 3 years they will be giving the minimum support prices. They will be giving the list of amount, the cost by which the government is buying from the tribals, minor forest produce. Every 3 years they will be revising, but now, before 3 years, because of the corona economic downturn, the tribals are also getting affected. In order to protect them, the government had revised minimum support price for minor forest produce before 3 years. That concept I am going to discuss now. Revision of minimum support price for minor forest produce. Revision of minimum support price for minor forest produce, popularly called as MFP, and minimum support price is called as MSP. MSP and MFP. So minimum support price is the rate at which how we will be buying the food grains. In the same way, the minimum rate at which the government buys produce from the farmers and tribals, mainly from the tribal farmers, exclusively for the farmers who are doing their farming activity or who are doing their economic subsistence in the forest areas. For them, the minimum support price is guaranteed income for the tribals. The idea of MSP is to counter price volatility of commodities. Why? Because the tribals are innocent people. They doesn't have what will be the rate at the markets. So the middleman, the traders in the villages or within the vicinity of the tribal areas, they will be exploiting the tribals. At a minimal rate, they will be giving them and they will be buying the goods and they will be selling at a higher rates. So middleman is getting benefited. In order to curtail this middleman, the government of India, how they are providing minimum support price for food grains, we are also providing minimum support price for minor forest produce. The idea of minimum support price is to counter price volatility of commodities. So there should not be any volatility, fixed money they have to get, and there should not be any middleman. That is the major motto behind the minimum support price for minor forest produce. Due to the factors like variation in their supply, lack of market integration and information asymmetry, we don't know what is the rate. Because of these factors, information asymmetry, non-integration with the market, and because of variation in their supply, there is requirement of minimum support price, so that minimum guarantee money will be the farmers or the tribal farmers or the tribals will be getting. That is the benefit of having minimum support price for minor forest produce. These are the minor forest produce like honey, resins, lac. These are the minor forest produce which is produced by the tribals. So the Ministry of Tribal Affairs will be fixing the rate under the name called as minimum support price. There will be a separate cell. There will be a separate cell will be determining the minimum support price for minor forest produce. The increase in minimum support price ranges from 16% to 66%. So for every 3 years there will be revision, and in this revision of 2020 minimum support price, the revision happened with respect to each individual good. Average it ranges from 16% to 66%. The prices increased for the minor forest produce. MSP for MFP, minimum support price for minor forest produce is revised once every 3 years by the pricing cell constituted under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Pricing cell under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. However, the authorities have revised the minimum support price much earlier than 3 years. So for every 3 years they will be doing, but this time before 3 years only we had revised this minimum support price for minor forest produce. This will offer much needed support to tribal gatherers in view of the exceptional and very difficult circumstances prevailing in the country due to COVID-19 pandemic. In this pandemic times, there is a requirement of providing them with funds. So in order to provide them with enough funds when the market is absent because of COVID-19, the minimum support price revision is much needed step taken by the government. We need to appreciate the step taken by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs by revising the minimum support price for minor forest produce. The central government has also created an online monitoring dashboard called the Vanadhan Monith dashboard. In your mains in anthropology, you have to write this. Tribal market, in tribal development, in tribal affairs, what are the steps taken by the government of India for the betterment of the tribals? These are the points you have to add. Vanadhan Monith dashboard. Monitoring. Monit means monitoring. For reporting the procurement activities undertaken at the state level. So it's the responsibility of the state level. TriFed will be procuring and the market cell in the Ministry of Tribal Affairs will be deciding the prices. So how procurement is happening, there is a dashboard called as Vanadhan Monith. Vanadhan Monith. The dashboard is a part of TriFed E-Sampark Setu. Means the TriFed E-Sampark Setu. Why? Because TriFed at the state level will be buying from the farmers. That aims to facilitate exchange of information to and from every panchayat and Vanadhan Kendras either through email or mobile phone. By email or mobile phone, the transactions will be noted. How much amount is bought by the Vanadhan Monith by TriFed will be uploaded so that the transparency, total country can know how much buying and selling is happening with respect to minimum minor forest produce of tribes. How much minimum support price we are paying them. States have appointed the Vanadhan Kendras as their primary procurement agents for minor forest produce procurements from Haat Bazaars. So there will be Vanadhan Kendras which will be controlled by TriFed. TriFed is a marketing agency for development of tribes. So these Vanadhan Kendras will be procuring from the tribes from the Haat Bazaars. Haat Bazaars means tribal bazaars. So they will be procuring from the tribal bazaars for the sake of buying it out, selling it outside. So this process. So TriFed will be the taking care of Vanadhan Kendras. So TriFed will be buying from the farmers at minimum support price, and these goods will be going to the pool from where the distribution will be happening with respect to tribal goods, mainly minor forest produce. Vanadhan Vikas Kendra. Vanadhan Vikas Kendras have been set up under the program Vanadhan Yojana, which was launched in 2018. Vanadhan Vikas Kendras. The selection of the tribal beneficiaries and formation of the self-help groups has been undertaken by the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, TriFed. So this TriFed will empower the people to form the self-help groups, and this self-help groups will be collecting the minor forest produce. This minor forest produce will be selling to the TriFed. In this way, the people will be getting the money in the form of minimum support price. Where this will happen? Vanadhan Kendras. The Vanadhan Vikas Kendras boost the economic development of the tribals involved in the collection of minor forest produce and provide a sustainable minor forest produce based livelihood in minor forest produce rich districts. So where the tribals are associated, where the tribals are present, there the Vanadhan Kendras will be helping the TriFed in order to procure the goods, minor forest produce from the tribals. So easy approach will be there for the tribals to go to the Vanadhan Kendras and sell their goods, and the government is ready to buy the goods by minimum support price. That is the advantage of Vanadhan Vikas Kendras, or simply Vanadhan Kendras. So what is this minor forest produce, sir? What is this minor forest produce? Minor forest produce includes all non-timber forest produces. Non-timber, teak, sandalwood, this all comes under non-timber. This all comes under timber. Non-timber means lac, resins, honey. These are non-timber forest produce. Minor forest produce means non-timber forest produce, popularly called as NTFP. NTFP. MFP includes all non-timber forest produce of plant origin and includes bamboo, canes, fodder, leaves, gums, waxes, dyes, resins, and many forms of food including nuts, wild fruits, honey, lac, tosser, etc. This all comes under minor forest produce. So this will be buyed by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs under minimum support price. So that means minimum support price is present for minor forest produce. Minor forest produce is also called as what? Non-timber forest produce. It provides both subsistence and cash income for people who live in or near forests. They form a major portion of their food, fruits, medicines and other consumption items and provide cash income through sales. So sales, interactions, economic transactions, the tribals will be getting the money. In this way, the minor forest produce are getting a good rate for the tribals and tribal economical development is possible. That is what important with respect to minimum support price of minor forest produce, which is for 2020, the revision happened and the prices are increased with respect to NTFP, non-timber forest produce. Thank you.